So they cannot work well for all the clients.
Today you can model, tomorrow maybe clients are bored and they choose other person. As she said before, the competition is very high, there are a lot of models. So you can have a lot of money today, but tomorrow who knows?
Today we're inside De Management Group, one of Milan's well-known modeling agencies. From discovering new faces to working with top fashion brands, they play a key role behind the scenes of the modeling industry. But what does that world really look like from the inside?
Hi guys, thank you so much for taking your time out of your schedule to meet with us today.
Hello.
So first of all, could you guys introduce yourself?
Yeah, I'm Livia. I work here at the management group from Men division. I work here since almost 4 years, but I've already been in this industry before, since almost 8 years or something like that. And we, on our team, there are 3 of us. There is our head booker, which is Max, and then me and Matteo. It's all the 3 of us that handle all the men's division of the management.
Okay.
Hello, I'm Matteo, very happy to be here speaking with you, and I work here since 3 years and I work in the men division as Livia. And I came from a totally different environment in reality. I don't came from fashion or things like that, but it's been very nice these 3 years, and I've learned a lot, and I love this job, so it's very nice to be here.
So how would you describe your job if someone asks you, what do you do?
It's easy. I mean, what we do, it will always can change. Basically, we answer to what's happening day by day. So we answer to the email, to the calls, and the clients ask us for some packages, proposal of model for the shooting, runway, editorial. So our job mostly is suggesting some ideas and then work 300 degrees around everything, from arranging all the trip, flights, hotel, taking care of everything that the model can need, and try to work all together between the different option or job that the model can have. So it's mostly logistic kind of work, but it can change every day, so we have to work on the image of the model, and then I always try to be to manage everything that can happen, all something that can come through, all the problems. We have to be problem solving all the time. Mostly something like that, but you never can get bored in this job. Okay, so yeah,
A
lot of things can happen. Yeah.
So you basically manage models.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sometimes you deal with the very young guys, so you are also kind of psychologist or school teacher sometimes.
Yeah.
You have to teach guys and don't know how to take a plane, how to go there, how to reach a location to shoot, and things like that. But so it can change a lot during the day, from logistic, then speaking to the guys, to the models that are very young. So you're kind of.
The management group started as an agency representing a lot of top models and celebrity, and later expanded to multiple divisions. So how have these developments shaped the company's identity and value in the industry?
Yeah, well, we are very well known because, as you said before, we born as a top celebrity management agency. So we try to keep our standard very high, and we are used to manage and to relate to this kind of people that are very, very famous or top models. So we try to do our best and to communicate with them and deal with them and manage their career. So this gives the standard of the agency. But then we opened the men division, the women division. So, but we try to keep our standard very high also on that kind of board and divisions. But for sure, we are very well known for our celebrities and for the work that David Brown, the owner of the agency, did in the 80s and in the 90s. And so this gave a shape to our company.
And also we are an independent agency, so it's not a network. So we can keep a board that is not too extended. So we try to make a really tight selection and not to bring in models that can have internal competition. We always try to find to the right look to everything like it can be really can respect our standard that we always try to keep it high as possible.
So you guys already have an idea. You guys really try to keep that same.
Yeah.
That must be so difficult.
Sometimes.
We receive many applications day by day, and we always have to try to exactly see through everything. Yeah.
Because nowadays I feel like everyone wants to be a model.
Yeah, that's true.
How do you manage that?
Yes, this is one of the parts maybe also a little bit difficult, because when you say no to a girl or to a guy that is proposing himself, it's a little bit tough if you are a human. So you don't want to hurt their feelings as a human beings and also as a person. So it's a little bit tough, but you try to be as gentle as possible, and every agency do their selection and pick up what is best for the agency, but also for the guy, because if you take everyone, maybe then if they don't work, they do nothing, then you are like eluding them. Maybe they can lose some time also, focusing on modeling besides doing their life, hoping for some debut or something great. But you have to do the right choices also for them, not only for our
also because
company,
the competition it's really high.
Yeah.
There are many agencies, not just in Milan, but a lot of agencies from everywhere they book jobs here. So there are many models, and clients always ask for new faces. So it's really hard to keep track of that, because every time you see maybe new boys or girls that they just want to do more, but it's really difficult, because if you see huge lines at the casting, and they maybe can get upset. So our job is also pushing them, giving the hope, because maybe you need to be patient. Jobs cannot come right after you do a casting. Take some time, but then we try to work what's best for them and try to find a strategy.
And if you're not right to modeling, we try to be as gentle as possible and just say maybe you can take other paths in your life. But modeling maybe is not.
It's not maybe for everyone.
I feel like that's
it's
difficult because you're
you
judging also a person by his aspects, his physical aspects. So it's kind of tough, you know. But I think you can do it if you stay humble, if you stay gentle, if you stay nice. You can do it. Also to avoid them to lose time or hoping for something that will never come. So it's.
So building on that, I would love to talk about how the agency works with a lot of models on long-term level. So when new models join the group, how do you help them find their market positioning, and what factors make them memorable or distinctive?
Yeah, it depends on every model. I mean, everyone has a different image, so they cannot work well for all the clients. So what we try to do is to find the best opportunities for them. Okay, we according on which is the look, maybe we try to propose them to the right clients, and we don't accept all the jobs. We try to keep also a good level, okay? So try also to don't accept everything that arrives, and we explain this to the models, because it's important for their career to keep a good image and do the right jobs.
Also, I don't know, basing on their physical aspect, but only on their looks or on their values, and they can represent some brands and others no. So, as she said, on their looks, but also on how they express themselves, that it can be helpful to place them in with the right clients, you know, to push them with the right clients. They can embrace the brand and they can represent it in the correct way and also feel good doing it.
So how do you, like, you know, when new models come, of course, like you guys would audition. You guys have an audition or something?
Yeah, we do like simple casting. We just talk a little bit with the model because it's not important just the look, but also the attitude, the way they present himself. And we take measurements, we see them walk, and we take some digits also because we want to see how they look in front of the camera. Okay.
And we chat also a bit to understand them, what they think, what they like, what.
Also, it's important sometimes some specific skills because it can happen that the client they ask for, don't know, maybe people that can be artists or they can play music instruments, they like a dancer, actor, whatever.
Sports.
Yeah, exactly. So everything in addition can be important. That can say that that model has something more, something different from like anyone else. Can be a plus for him.
Yeah.
Could be interesting.
It's like a plus.
Yeah, exactly.
And also to listen to their stories because when a person has a story behind him, it's more interesting also for the client to propose to the client with his personality, his look, his history, everything.
Yeah, in the past years, clients were looking also for models with many followers on the social, like Instagram, TikTok. But we have noticed in the past couple of years that this is becoming always less and less important. And that's actually good, we think. Because it's not just how many followers you have on Instagram that can determine how good you are. Yeah. That's not what we want to represent.
So, we were talking about like social media. In this era of social media, like, you know, people always believe that modeling is like a fast money career. Do you think it's like from inside? Of course, is it really true?
Yeah, it's kind of true. It's for sure you make a lot of money and you make it fast, but it's not like always like that, and it's not that easy, especially to stay at the top level and make a lot of money. So you have to be patient. You have to always have a plan B. Study is also very important for these young guys because you never know. Today you can model, tomorrow maybe clients are bored and they choose other person. As she said before, the competition is very high. There are a lot of models. So you can have a lot of money today, but tomorrow who knows? And if you spend all this money in a life like an actor or a football player, going out and spending money on cars, on things like that, maybe tomorrow you are broke. So it's kind of true, but we try to teach to our models that you have to use your mind, you have to administrate your money in a good way, you have to invest if you have the possibility, and things like that, because you never know. You make a lot of money today, but tomorrow, who knows?
We always suggest them to have a plan B, to keep studying, to be interested also in something else, because I mean, it's really difficult to have a career in these days. So maybe you can do a season that you go really well, you do a lot of jobs and shows or something like that, and then the next season you don't do nothing.
Yeah.
Always can change. I mean, so it's better to try not to like waste your time, your money. So always stay focused.
And also you can ruin your life also spending a lot of money or entering in some bad circles. So it's better to stay awake and you know that you are getting a lot of money, but use it in a good way and understand that you are the value of the money and in general the value of life. So it's very important. We try to teach this to our boys.
Let's look at the industry aspect. So, Milan is of course known for the, hub for luxury fashion. In your opinion, compared to Paris or New York, what makes Milan's model market unique?
That's a little bit difficult because
Yeah,
we
well,
are losing actually.
Yes,
Yeah.
if you compare to Paris, for
Yeah.
sure, but we are lucky because in Italy there are a lot of luxury and top brands.
Yes.
So that things brings to Italy and Milan in particular some focus. So it's I think that the fact that in Italy the fashion industry is at a high level. So in general this brings Milan in a nice spot between Paris,
Especially Milan.
because Paris is similar. Also in France they have a lot of great brands. And New York, which is a little bit different.
New York maybe is more commercial.
Yes, but we have a classic fashion image in Italy, and this helps a lot for sure,
More
the industry.
high fashion. Yeah.
This question, I think everyone would want to know the answer to this question. Okay, that is, we see a lot of influencers walking runways.
Yes.
So, you can be honest.
I will.
Honestly, do you see that as a competition or compliment to professional models?
So we have noticed if the models go more in the influencer side, they lose on the modeling part. Because now the clients, they just maybe prefer to ask them to attend the show instead of walking the show. It's a different market, and honestly, I'm not really into. I think that maybe just a trend for now, but it's not something that will last.
Yes, we are in connection with a lot of agencies or agents, single agent that manage the model's career, but only on social media.
Yeah.
So we
We
don't
take
do
care
that.
of the modeling
We are-
part, and then they do.
Some agencies maybe open a division or something like that, but we are keeping it very old school. So we manage models. For talents, maybe sometimes, but we work well with some of these agents that manage their career on the digital side, on the social media side. For sure, sometimes it can be like challenging between models and influencers, but as she said, I don't think it will last a lot. Also because influencers, they don't bring too much at the table apart from visibility or things like that, but they are not too much into the brand or too much into the fashion world. They just stay there, they show things, but they are not very, they don't know a lot about that. So they bring a lot of people like them, but this will not last. It's just a moment. You are there just to be there and to show people that you are there. Models do another kind of thing.
What about influencers walking the runway, like Lakme fashion?
It happened.
Not Lakme, I think L'Oreal.
Yeah.
L'Oreal had few influencers walking their runway. Right?
Yeah.
See, it is amazing to see people normal people doing. But do you think that could be a competition? Like, do you think like influencers walking?
Sometimes, but if they take an influencer, they take maybe one or two in the show. So can be for sure, because instead of other two models, there are two influencers. So for that two models, it brings competition. But speaking generally, I don't see it like a competition. Also because they have their spot on the social media where they take the real money, because maybe to work a show they take less money than doing some two posts on Instagram. So I don't think they are very very interested in doing it. They are doing it because only for the visibility. So I don't think that will last a lot. Or we will see thousands of influencers working in the shows. We will see them maybe aside, seeing the show, but no, I think it's.
I also feel like a lot of influencers walk and like they are there just for their brand.
Yeah, exactly. They do their brands, they try to.
Like I believe Kylie Jenner used to did work for Balmain or something.
Yeah.
Like there are a lot of influencers who work nowadays.
Yeah, the super top influencer, they can arrive there. It's a huge world of influence. Now there are a lot of influencers, so like the models, the competition is high also on their side. So maybe the top super influencer can work in the shows, but not everyone, I think. And also the brands now are just like, yeah, it's good to have influencers that speak about us and gave us some visibility, but they are not too much into the fashion history, so or super passionate about that brand or that situation, so they don't bring too much to the table for them, apart from followers and, as I said, visibility. But
Yeah.
they prefer to keep people that are passionate about what they do and about the brand. I think, my opinion. So it's changing also a little bit. So
Yeah.
maybe.
And also, I think instead if you're thinking about like the shooting, the post that an influencer can do, also like you can see what we lose in terms of aesthetic and creativity, because just a simple post that you do on Instagram, if you compare to what can be like a proper shooting with photographer, stylist, everything that there is.
The idea, the
Yeah,
work that
exactly.
is behind the shooting.
The setting. There's no, I mean, there's no story thing, no competition at all.
Okay. So now let's talk about you guys' collaboration with luxury brands. So as an agency strong in luxury and advertising markets, what do you think these luxury brands prioritize most during castings?
This is difficult. And what they prioritize most, I'm not sure, but they prioritize what they think that their image should be how they should be represented. So now that there are a lot of different model and different looks, they just try to pick the one that for them is the most unique, that can represent their brand at the top level, and maybe
Yeah, and also before the castings were more internal in the brands. Instead, in the recent years, like last decade, something like that, uh, around the casting director that changed completely the market, because now the clients they just take a big casting director and they bring the big names. So what's important is also to have maybe some specific name. Then of course new faces, that because they can say, oh, I've discovered this girl or this boy, but it's not like before. I mean, or they just do this kind of games like, no, I did, like I discovered him for this debut for this show, then I'm not gonna use it for another one. So it's becoming difficult. Maybe.
yeah, the casting directors have a lot of power.
Yeah, they manage a
But
lot,
nowadays-
and the decision also of the. It's not like.
So every brand has a casting director.
Yeah, there are some
Sometimes the
brands
same.
that they have internal, and then there are casting director that they can work for different brands.
The big ones are 7, 8, 10. So the same casting director can follow
Yeah.
Gucci and Bottega. And
Sometimes you can see maybe the same models in
Yeah.
many runways. You can see like copy and paste of the same
casting.
casting. Yeah.
Okay, so next question. What qualities do luxury brands value most? I think we talked about this.
Yeah.
So in your experience as an agency, what helps a model fit into a luxury brand's story and visual world? Like, what do you think? Like, if you're representing certain model, how would you like make them stand out to certain brands? Like, you can view the examples.
For sure, the personal story. Sometimes in the past happened also to you that they asked like a little biography of the models, to write a little bit biography about their family, their interests. So this can be for sure something to push.
Yeah, it was because it was a campaign that they also did during this video, like interview. So they were talking, what is fashion for me? They were answering this kind of question. So it was important. Also listen to their value, their vision, how they can express also what the brand was wanted to tell, like.
So in the future, now let's talk about the future of industry. So, with the rise of digital fashion and virtual models, AI models, seen a lot of
Yeah,
them. How do you think this will impact the modeling industry in the future?
it will impact in the worst
Yeah.
way, I think. Because first of all, we don't know what's gonna be of the image that they created. Maybe they can use this image, they can change it, alter it with the AI, and keep using it for years and years, and without using the model. So maybe they won't need the model on set anymore.
Exactly. Like the actors in Hollywood, like for all the actors that are going to die, they want to recreate them
Yes.
in the future movies, and they can do it. But is this legal, or you have to determine the legality of this one where you can move? And so this will impact for sure the fashion world as well, and the conversation will start coming up. But in the next few years, we will see very these things
The
will be
model
very
is still new, and
Yeah.
sometimes the client ask if we agree to these terms, and we can say if we don't agree, and then they can take off this part. But I don't know, maybe in the future when
Yeah, I think at a certain point, all the agencies, region
we
per
have to
region,
accept that.
will try to make their statement about this and their policy on how to work on this. And
It's
the clients
totally
as well.
new field now.
Yeah, so we have also an association here that is the ASSEM, that is the association of all the model agency in Italy. And I think that in next few years we will talk about the use of the AI in the fashion industry and all these new things. So it will come to the table pretty soon, I think. Now we are starting the conversations, and we're just like, oh, what we do, but how they will use this image.
If you think
how
how many
much we should
people
be
work
paid.
on set, everything will disappear.
So it will impact for sure. It's impacting already, but in the future, for sure, this will be.
There are a lot of them on Instagram.
Yeah. But this must be defined, I think. Now it's very like you don't know where are what you can do. You can do everything, but I think that in the future there will be like a road to follow on how to use this tool. And I think it will be regular.
Yeah, should be.
There will be some laws about on it. I think. And now it's exploding, but in the next years for sure it will be a little bit more clear.
Have you guys had any anything that occurred that made you be like, oh, I'm so glad I'm doing this? Have you had?
Yeah.
When was it?
It's beautiful. It's also really nice to me when they rewatch themselves. You can see in their eyes that they're so proud, so happy, and
or when maybe they are all connected with their family, that then their family they are watching the show from Africa from a phone. There are like 5 children and all the family watching them and asking you if you have the picture of the show of their son because they want to print it and put it. This is very nice.
Take the magazine because I want to give it to my mom.
When they do some print, maybe some print editorial, something like that, they ask you to buy the journal or the magazine. It's quite nice, when you see they are super happy and also their family are happy. This is nice for sure. Touches your heart for sure.
How did you get into this industry?
I studied fashion at the university, and then I actually it was something that happened by chance. I was looking on the internet, trying for a job after I graduated. I started like this by. At the beginning, I was thinking to become a stylist, to be honest. And then I found this job. I liked it. Stayed here.
Well, there is not a proper school to become a booker. For sure, a stylist or other things, yes, you have to study. But for becoming a booker, there are not a proper school.
No.
You just learn by yourself and by having great colleagues that can help you. But I didn't study, so I started work at 18 years old after school. And passing by from job to job, at a certain point I arrived here at the reception, in reality. So I started like that. Then I like this world, I like the environment, my colleagues, everything. I love the guys, the models, and things like that. I got promoted from reception to booker, and here I am. So still learning, but very happy to be here. I like it. So you can arrive here from different mm, from different things. There is not a proper school, or you can like arrive from fashion schools or from a totally different world.
Yeah, you just learned this job doing it.
Yeah, so I just work in a shop. I worked for Stone Island for 5 years, but was in a shop, not in the brand itself. So it was totally different job. But was just another job for me. But when I arrived here, I said, "Oh, okay, I think I can stay here, learn this job, and do it."
How do you, when it comes to the luxury market, right? Like, of course, we are connected so much to the luxury. Do you have any advice for students who wants to work in this industry, like when it comes to luxury or fashion? Do you have any advice?
To listen to everything, just try to take everything as a sponge. See that everything around can teach you something. So be open, I think.
Yeah, I think that it's for sure a good advice. Just try to learn from everything, from the things you see, from the people which you talk, and in general to be very open, and to know that it will be for sure an hard life, because sometimes it's very stressful, but you have to live it like you are not a doctor, but like you are doing fashion. So even if sometimes it's very stressful, also I think working inside a brand, a very top level brand, it could be very stressful, and there are a lot of situations going on, and you can a lot of people that screams in the offices and things like that. But if it's your passion, you have to go ahead and just try to make it simple and bring your personality, bring some good vibes in the teams in which you will work. And if you're passionate about it, you will like it for sure. Not be scared only by this maybe image like, oh my god, it's a crazy world. It is sometimes, but there is also a lot of joy and also a lot of passion inside it. So keep it going. That's it.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Nice to read you.
Thank you guys for your
Thank
time.
you for coming.
We
Thank
had
you for
so much
coming.
fun
We're
meeting
super
you
happy
guys.
to do it.
Thank